But
It is what it is. I mean, once in 2000s rolled around and in 2010...
Well, it's because we're running out of ideas.
Yeah, and now we're just remaking movies. And
It's
don't...
just recycled.
And like I said, I watched... earlier this week, I watched the Evil Dead remake. And I didn't... like I said, I watched it before. I mean, when it came out, I was like, I definitely got to watch this movie. But...
And it was good.
It was good. It was a very loving touch back to the original movie in a horror form.
I will tell you right now, and this is very hard to do with me, it has to be fucking extreme for me to look away.
Right.
And the scene where she takes the electric knife.
Oh yeah, and cuts her arm off.
It's just hanging there by a piece of meat, and I'm going, oh shit! I just turned my head. And I know it's fake. I know it's like latex and all rubber and all that shit, special effects.
Yeah.
But it made me go, ooh.
There were a lot of parts of that movie that made me feel like when she pulled her arm out from underneath that, like the
truck.
car. Yeah, the truck. When she literally pulls her hand off.
And I went,
yeah, no, that movie. I mean, the movie is, but the homage of her shoving her arm into the fucking handle of that fucking chainsaw and shoving it down the Deadeite's throat. Oh my god!
I smiled.
My heart just got warm and squishy, and I'm like, fuck yes!
It's basically "We love you, Sam Raimi."
Hell yeah!
And at the end, the after credits.
Yep.
The man.
Uh-huh.
Groovy. To where it was like, you're like, oh, this is fucking ridiculous.
Right.
It was, oh, shit. Imagine being chased by something that doesn't get tired.
Yeah, no shit.
It doesn't run out of breath because it's dead. And, and he took that and it just made it to where it didn't to it.
Yeah, and it is fantastic. I mean, these movies, they were good.
Every one of them, and looked at it and went,
yeah, yep, that's about right. So, guys, we've been on the air for move into come up nil. But I'm sure we'll get some fans on there. But you guys have been 100% the driving force behind this podcast, and you guys,
especially this, every time we're on it, even when it is, a lot of people say, oh, it's the same people. We love that.
Right.
That's telling us that you are tuning in and that you are actual fans of the show. We appreciate that so much.
And to 100% to the heart, we make everything we do, we make for you, so to entertain you.
Keep it as personable as possible.
Right, and then I'm flabbergasted by the point by Twitch not being as cool as it was supposed to be, and YouTube being YouTube. And
sucks balls.
Yeah, and our Facebook fans are the ones that drive this show, and honestly, right on over to the merch. This podcast is over. I'm going to put up a promo code so you guys can get your merch at a reasonably discounted price, and you can get whatever you want. We got some great stuff. Make sure you head on over and do it. Teespring is offering masks, cloth masks right now. So I may design one for you, just specifically for you, and you can get your Fire Away Podcast cloth mask as soon as I get it designed, and I will make sure you guys have a heads up on that. But we've been on the air for a good solid almost 3 hours, so I want to make sure that we don't go too long. Like we did last time, which was almost 3.5 hours, which was awesome.
Oh, it was great.
And harken back to the early days of the podcast where we went full hours.
When we were so drunk, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, we're having fun, so we keep going, and then we realize that we've been on the air for too long.
Yeah.
And, that's the end of it.
Well, that's just because we were we get on a topic, and you just
horror movies or heavy metal, and that's our thing. That's our wheelhouse. And
Yep.
our good friend Jeff there is trying to reach into that wheelhouse with us. So we're going to get Jeff on here as soon as we can.
Yes.
From Midwest Monster Fest. So I think we're going to draw this to a close for the night. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Guys, head on over to the merch page, get yourself some merch, and as always, tune into the podcast because we really enjoy you guys being here. Screw you, Mongolians.
I was wondering if he was going to pop in.
Right. So, guys, like I said, we're going to draw this to a close. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Lamb of God is up, and we're going to have, by then, another album that will contend against Lamb of God. We're starting fresh again. The deathmatch has two brand new... That's 4. 2 new bands to contend against each other.
Clearly, you need to learn how to count.
I went to Rocky.
So did yeah. Don't point at me, asshole.
What do you got? What do you got coming up? Do you think?
Well, I'm gonna kind of. I think what I'm gonna do. I think either tonight when I get home or maybe tomorrow. I think I'm gonna start kind of looking through and seeing what I can look at. I want to try to get kind of bring a lot of, and this is something that I've talked about before. I want to get a lot of these rare gems,
Right.
and I want to bring them to light so that other people know about them and will, want to, and kind of give them more recognition, because I feel there's a lot of because a lot of movies got shoved to the wayside because of the big 4, in my opinion, like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, all the big, not the big 4, but like the
Play.
big names.
Yeah.
Child's Play.
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser's another one. And there was so many good movies that came and got, for example, one that I absolutely love is Brain Scan. You know what? I think at some point I'm going to see if I can find that.
Right.
So I might have to get on Redbox. I might have to get on Fandango, and I'm going to see if it's available.
You know what? Really hard or really rare to find one is Strangeland. And
Strange,
that
not as
would,
rare as you think.
Well, I mean, that would be a good one for us to cross over on.
That's a possibility. Brain Scan's another one because it has a lot of the heavy metal and alternative music from the 90s in the soundtrack.
Not to mention the one that we definitely have to have Evil Ed on here for.
Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat. Yeah.
Came out in 86. Yeah.
So, a lot to look forward to. Don't miss out on it, guys. We have a lot of stuff to go. We have a long way until the season finale, which will be in probably December. So we have a long way to go. Make sure you guys keep tuning in because we have a lot of great stuff.
Absolutely.
So from sites, and make sure you follow and head on over to the Fireway group on Facebook. You can find a lot of people who are like-minded. You guys can check out all the great stuff. I've really kind of screwed the pooch on this one because I definitely need to get more stuff on there so you guys can see some stuff. We're gonna do some. I know I did a party of one of Behemoth's live performances. I'm dropping frames all over the place, but not on Facebook. Surprise, surprise. All right, so see you.